doing everything I wanted to. Oh, that was incredible. Team, how you doing? It's Mo. I'm here with the Arrma Kraton-Mojave. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did to this in a second. But the inspiration for this came from when I was younger. Mini lowrider trucks were kind of a cool thing. So now take it now to this Arrma Kraton BLX V5. When I was looking at doing different modifications and customizations between the Arrmas, I really wanted to make this Kraton have a more buggy feel to it. So with that, team, let's get into exactly what I did to bugify this thing. So starting with the front suspension, aside from the shocks, the front suspension is directly off of my Arrma Mojave. And so that's gonna be the upper and lower A-arms, that's gonna be the turnbuckles, and it's gonna be the dog bones. For the ride height in the front, I actually put on the Arrma talion front shocks. And that kind of gave me the stiffness I wanted and the ride height without having to do like a bunch of customizations, like putting fuel line inside the shocks or other things people do to adjust the ride height. So that's what I did to the front suspension. It's still the Arrma Kraton, shock towers, and chassis, of course. On the rear, it is a rear suspension off of the Arrma Mojave. So the A-arms, the turnbuckles, or whatever you call those in the back here, the links, and then the dog bones. And then the shocks back here are Arrma Mojave front shocks. And this kind of matched up a ride height I was looking for between the front and the back. It was kind of the easiest interchangeable plug and play thing I could do. So that's what we did to set up the back. So you can see from the head to head now, that's the Arrma Typhon BLX V5, and then here goes the Arrma Kraton-Mojave. So when I said I wanted it to have a more of a buggy feel, I mean, just look at the size of it now compared to the Typhon, right? Looking at it from the top, the width, very similar, right? The ride height's gonna be a little higher on the Typhon right now because it has the Mojave tires, but you can see it's taken on definitely a lower buggy profile now. So here you have an Arrma Kraton BLX V5 on the right with some D-boot guitars on it, and then you have the Kraton Mojave on the left. And that just kind of gives you a comparison between, you know, how big the Kraton is, BLX V5 stock, versus now this one that's modified on the left. You can obviously see, excuse me, the width is very different, right? Like I said, I'm going for a more bugified version of the Kraton, and it's inspired by me loving mini lowrider trucks from when I was a kid. Man, I'm loving this. We're gonna run it on 6S, and I actually geared it. I know I was gonna do a 50 and 25, but I'm actually gonna do a 50 and 16 because that's what I just kind of want to start at and see what kind of speeds we can get out of it. So with that, team, let's take it for its first ride. All right, let's see what this thing's about. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, goodness. Oh, it's definitely feeling Typhon buggy-ish. Oh, goodness gracious. This is feeling amazing. Wow. Oh, goodness. This is going to be too small a space to ride this monster. I do have the punch settings on 9. A little bit of rain coming in. Let's see if we can get it on some straight passes real quick. Oh, that's feeling great with the 50 and 16. Let's bring it back. See what this is like. Oh, that is feeling lovely. How you doing tonight? Oh, it wants to drift around. Let's see how it takes some turns. Whoa, that was too much gas on it. Yeah, this is feeling satisfactory. There we go. Gave it the right amount of brake. Let's take it back here on this right turn. Came in way too quick. This is what I wanted. Definitely feeling buggy-ish. Definitely feeling tough. Oh yes, that butt end is holding down. I'm just loving this config out the gates. That is getting an A right now. Wow, what a crazy driving machine. Interchanging the Mojave suspension on here with the buggy tires. Oh, this thing is definitely bugified. Whoa, man, a 50 and a 16 might be all I need. I don't know how much more I need. I wonder how fast it's going though, for sure. That does not feel like 62 like the Typhon. People got their garbage cans out, I gotta be careful. This, wow, I cannot wait to take this thing off-road. Look at that. I had a good angle come into that turn. That handled that. Oh, but it's handling like the Typhon. It's definitely handling like the Typhon. Yep. Wow, it is handling like a beast. I was wondering if it was going to be too narrow. But after adjusting the ride height, I definitely had to lower it. Because with the Kraton shock, or with the Mojave shocks transferred over, definitely the ride height was different. So, and I could have adjusted those Mojave shocks, did the springs, like I said, cut some fuel line, put them inside there. I just didn't have all that much time. So this was just easiest for me. Let's see how this motor's feeling. These tires are gonna be tore up. Oh, that motor temp is perfect. Even when I put a fan on it too. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's take another turn. Wow, I am loving that. Feeling very, very fine. It's doing everything I want it to. Oh, that was incredible. I feel like I can get more. Maybe I have to set the endpoints on the remote. Whoa, the little curb gives it air. This thing is gonna be beating cars up. Oh my gosh. If I took, man, this is a racing config to me. Actually, you know what? I'm not a racer, so I can't say what a racing config is, so I'll just shut my mouth there. But it feels tough and fast. Let's just put it that way. These buggy tires are great too. And I can't wait to put a real tough servo in there. It's gonna handle crazy. Wow. That's doing it. That's like half throttle. Half throttle, and this thing is just an animal. That was half throttle right there. You just go through the turn, no sliding. That's actually the way to maintain your speed. Have the right throttle. Let's go half turn, half throttle again. No, that was a bad angle. Wow. It gets out. The acceleration on this thing is amazing. Whew. Couple more passes. I don't know how much lipo we got left. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This thing is a complete and utter blast. Definitely has to get up. Woo! Look at how it does on a launch. That's feeling really balanced. That launch is really nice. That's feeling really good. Yep, I'm loving that. Still got enough wheel speed to bring that nose back up. That's just so smooth and balanced off the quarter pipe. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch a backflip at these speeds with the tire size on here, but I am liking the way this thing feels. Oh, still looking together. Still got nice air control. This setup is beautiful. Definitely a driver setup. If you want to feel low to the ground and fast, and it looks cool, man. That is just so simple and butter. Ah, that was a bad launch. Yep, I had to hammer the gas down to get that front end to save it. All right, team, that is the lipo. It's going to conclude this test run of the Arrma Kraton-Mojave. As always, I appreciate you joining me on this test run of the Arrma Kraton-Mojave. And as a reminder, I have the front and rear suspension of an Arrma Mojave on an Arrma Kraton. And then I have Arrma Talion front shocks on the front and Arrma Mojave front shocks on the rear. That's what I did for the ride height and the tuning of the suspension, which isn't really tuning, it's just swapping some parts around and hoping it works out, and it did. And this is an Arrma Talion wing on the back. This inspiration came from when I was a kid. I used to love mini lowrider trucks, and I really wanted to bugify this Kraton, and I wanted it to drive more like the Typhon, and these Proline badlands buggy tires definitely add that profile on top of the ride height now, which is very low. This thing has a slammed look. It's fast through corners. It can jump real smooth. I cannot wait to do speed tests and different gearing with this. Boy, this thing is, I want to say, it's definitely in the class of an ultimate driving machine. I'm very, very happy and impressed. Please stay tuned for more. Appreciate the time. Every time, hit like and subscribe for more content like this.